sure that this is all sweet. All right. And I believe we're live. Let me just double check.
Whoa.
Yeah. Are we live? Let's check. Sorry. Man, I'm all new to this stuff. So how you been, Luke? How you been, Master Loki? All good, brother?
Let's say that on your record as an MMA
Let's
or
say that we're live.
I got to echo. Hold on. Who's that?
We're live. It's all good.
Okay.
It worked.
Sorry. Nice.
Nice.
You take the W's and you take the L's and you go for it. So how am I? I got used to in fighting it's like, you ever heard you have to be uncomfortable, or you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable?
Yes, sir.
So I guess it's the same thing. Could relate it. People say you could relate your training to other aspects of your life.
Definitely.
The discipline, the focus, being comfortable in the battle, or at least not stopping. Doesn't have to feel good, right?
No, that's it, brother. Well, I mean, a lot of time in life, things are tough, That's when the growth is, like that's life. There's no avoiding it.
Well, it's good. You could look at it as a journey rather than that whole, what I was saying in the beginning, the W and the L, because it's so final. Those numbers on your record, it's like, oh, you always got that L, but that doesn't stop you. It doesn't have to stop you from going after it. Get after it is what Matt Hughes used to say on The Ultimate Fighter, season 2. With him and Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
From Team Militich. You like Tim Sylvia?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously I've never met him, but I think he's, as far as like an all-time great, I think he's underrated. I think he was good. Like, he was a little bit unorthodox. He got the job done. Multi-time world heavyweight champion. As far as who he is as a person, though, I've never met him, so like I don't know what he's like. But have you ever met
I'm
him?
just saying, in terms of MMA.
As far as a fighter, for sure, he was good. What about yourself? Where would you rate him?
So Matt Hughes brought Jeremy Horn in as a coach, assistant coach, for a couple of weeks. Didn't stay the whole time, but Jeremy Horn ran the sparring. One time we sparred for 12 5-minute rounds. And back in the day, you probably might see some footage on the show. We had headgear. Guys these days, they don't even wear headgear. They're doing MMA sparring on the UFC embedded. You know what's the problem with that? Because you're not wearing the proper gear. You're either hesitant because you don't want to get an injury, or you have to spar light because you don't want to get an injury. If you get an injury, you lose your paycheck. So people today in MMA aren't really doing things logically. They're just following along, and that's what Bruce Lee said not to do. Don't have a dogma. Have no way as way. Anyway, we were sparring. We had headgear, full face headgear. I had that headgear for a long time, a couple of years. Handmade in Thailand by Fairtex.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll show you. I think I showed you my headgear before.
Yeah,
yeah. Now. It's another Thai style. And I did spar with Tim Sylvia for 1 5-minute round.
Oh shit! What was that like?
Tim Sylvia. You know, he had to cut to make 265.
Yes.
That's how big this man was.
Was he a lot taller? Because you're pretty tall. Was he much taller than you?
Oh
Or?
God. I don't remember what happened,
Oh
but
yeah.
I
Tim
do
Sylvia was like 6'8", wasn't he? Yeah. He was a giant. I almost forgot how tall he was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, he was very competitive.
Yeah.
Matt Hughes ran most of the workouts, and after pretty much every training, we had to go to the conditioning, which was the Airdyne, also known as the assault bike, circuit training with pull-ups and lifts and all these things. And these bikes had when you pedaled, you get a score. So you want to get like over 100 for a sprint. You get your butt off the seat. Got to get it up to 100. Tough, just to get it there. And then Tim Sylvia, he's 6'8", like you said. It's not as hard for him to go because his legs are so long. You get it?
Yeah.
So every push of his is more. I think. I don't know, but I was getting a good score, and he was so competitive. He had to beat me.
Yeah.
And that's good. It's good training when you have somebody like that. Obviously, the weight class is a huge deal. I could not spar with him more than one round, and all I remember was trying to be evasive the whole time. I did get him with a sidekick once. You know? Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, what are you, Bruce Lee?" He said that to me.
You'd need the reach of your leg just to get to him.
Exactly. And you know, he actually said that, and he meant it as an insult because these guys only think that you could do Muay Thai. But they come from Pat Miletich. Muay Thai and wrestling. America. That's his attitude.
Yeah.
And so he tried to knock me out. I swear. That right hand that he threw at me after, he was trying to hit me with his right hand, the same one that knocked all those guys out in UFC.
Yeah. So he went hard.
He was, I got him with a sidekick. And he was mad. He's mad. He's so competitive. Tim Sylvia. I don't think you remember me, but I remember you, buddy. I want a rematch.
Body shots.
No head contact.
Yeah. Well, all he does
either. I know you tried to knock me out.
All he does now is head contact, because isn't he like a slap fight champion?
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
He's doing slap fight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Times must be tough.
Well, I guess the maniac. Yeah, he's the one that's slap fighting.
What does a fighter do after their career is over? They have to invest.
But
now
yeah,
he's doing slap fight.
I mean, like, I would definitely rate him as like an all timer for the heavyweights. I think he's underrated. I mean, he has wins over bloody why am I blanking? Arlovsky, and Arlovsky still proved that he was still a top heavyweight when he was well past his prime, and that was only
awesome.
not too long ago. Yeah, Arlovsky's a beast. So I think Arlovsky himself really showed that the previous generation heavyweights weren't like as outdated as a lot of people try to put it out there, because Arlovsky still did well and he was still the same fight. It's not like he drastically changed the way he fought the same. He just didn't have the same sort of explosiveness and that he had when he was younger, which to me in turn says that a prime Arlovsky would have done good in any era.
Complete game. Was he Sambo?
I think you might be right on that, eh? But yeah, he's beast. Always remember his mouth guard. And then, like, to circle back around, Tim Sylvia had wins over him. So Tim was a good fighter, you know, like
Go on,
yeah,
get after it, they said.
yeah.
And he also made fun of me because when I fought Sam Morgan, apparently I got rocked and went for a takedown. I didn't even remember it because I got rocked so hard by Sam Morgan. And Tim Sylvia was making fun of me because I was, thought everybody thought I was a striker. He says, "Oh, I saw you shooting for shoelaces." Because I got
I don't
rocked and I tried to clinch on his leg, I guess. I don't know.
just going into autopilot, eh? It's
Matt
just
Serra says he doesn't remember like most of the fight when he got spinning back fists against Shawnee Carter, including the second round when he was doing crazy jujitsu on him.
yeah.
Talk about autopilot.
Yeah, definitely. That's where your good training and conditioning and all that's going to come into play, I guess, eh?
All muscle memory.
Speaking of like legends and that, and we're talking about Ken Shamrock that was on recently. Who do you Thanks, brother. Yeah, I was pretty pumped about it. Who,
The
who would
world's most
you?
dangerous man.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, it was cool. But did you get a chance to check out the episode?
Nope.
If you had to pick out some guys from that era, who were some of your like old school favorites? Like when you first got into watching the UFC as a fan, who were some of the guys that you liked?
Okay. When I first got into it,
Mm.
well, let's talk about Ken Shamrock. World's most dangerous man. His fight against Dan Severn, 30 minutes. I was thinking about it the other day.
Which one though?
Oh, they had more than one because
Yeah, they had
he
two
guillotined
fights.
him, right?
Yeah, the first one and the second one was that fight was like horrendous, but then later on you find out that they weren't allowed to punch, and that was why it was so bad.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I
that's
thought he
why it
just
was so.
caught them once and he couldn't get past that range the rest of the fight. It was like a strategic battle.
Yeah, they're like walking, just circling each other around the cage for half an hour. That's why, because they come to Ken and said, if you hit him, you could get arrested. So, and then Ken was saying about how he was, obviously looking after kids and saying, hey, don't break the law. So he was like, he wasn't going to do it. So that's why that fight was so boring.
I thought he hit him once with like a palm strike.
I mean, he may have, but yeah, that is the
And then
story,
Dan
though.
Severn just wouldn't go near him after that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can only go off what he said, but yeah, he said that's why that fight was like that. It's because they were told if you hit each other, you could get arrested. So,
Man,
but
that's
yeah,
rough. I was
that
watching
was.
this thing
I
the other
watched that
day.
whole fight as well. So that was rough watching it.
Well, yeah, I
But
mean, you gotta appreciate the sport, the technique. Like, not all baseball is exciting. Not all soccer is exciting. I mean, you're not scoring all the time, but to
definitely.
watch, if you're into MMA, I'll sit down and watch that fight. No problem.
Have you watched that fight in its entirety though?
Yeah, well, that's the one I was thinking of because back then we used to rent VHS at Blockbuster.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had all of them. Well, not all of them, but they had them in order, right? UFC, what was that, X? I remember some of them had all of them, some of them didn't have all of them. And then, let's see. The next time I saw Ken was on the highlight videos when YouTube first came out.
Yeah. Oh, true.
There was a website where you had to download the highlights. And
so, Luke, when was the first UFC that you saw? What was the first one?
oh yeah, we got the traded tapes.
Yeah.
The traded tapes. UFC 1, UFC one I was rooting for Jason DeLuca, right? Was that
Yeah.
UFC one?
Yes, yes, it was
Because
the kung
I
fu
was out
guy.
of kung fu school. I think I told you this, but we used to do MMA in the kung fu school. It was pretty. If we had video of that, would be pretty hilarious. But all the, like the kung fu moves where you're like, it's not straight punches. It's like circular, weird.
Yeah, playing hands.
Imagine doing that with like the foam dipped sparring.
Uh,
MMA, terrible takedowns and grappling. There was arm bars being taught
mm,
at the kung fu school, and nobody really knew at that time.
mm,
Ken, when he lost, that was UFC two.
mm.
Yeah,
No, he lost in the first one.
oh, he did. He lost the ankle lock in
Yeah,
to rear naked choke in the first one.
yeah, he got submitted in the first one by Hoist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he claims that he what did he say about that one?
I think he said something about the rules, but I think at the end of the day, he just caught him off guard. He was just better than he was expecting. And then I remember seeing him in the past say before that, if I remember correctly, their gym in the States wasn't too far away from him and that he never got any challenges. So he just didn't even think anything of him. He just think, oh, I was just going to run over this guy. And then I think also the shoes. Do I remember he wasn't allowed to wear shoes or something? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he was smaller. He submitted Ken, but in that rematch, so Ken gave him a battering. I mean, like I know it was classified as a draw, but if you had judges, I mean, it'd be like one-sided.
Nice. The good guys prevail in the end.
Well, I mean, they did have a third fight though. It was only a few years ago. Ken and Hoyce. Yeah, they had a few. They had a third fight a few years ago. And yeah, Hoyce, I think Hoyce hit him in the nuts, and then Ken went down, and then Hoyce finished him with ground and pound. So yeah, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, they
Come
didn't.
on.
Nah, true. I'd have to double check, but yeah.
What a controversy. They need a rematch.
I think maybe it's too late now, brother.
Ken versus Hoist 4. Settle it once and for all. Hoist cheated.
Still
hit him
cups.
in the nuts.
Yeah.
Probably told him he couldn't wear a cup. I don't get why guys don't wear steel cups, man.
Yeah, I was literally, that's why I said steel cup.
I told you about Josh Berkman, right? You know Josh Berkman on The Ultimate Fighter Season 2?
Yeah. What happened?
In the tryouts, he claimed that he had to tap to one of my triangle chokes because his face was on the cup. It was a metal cup and it was going to break his teeth or something.
Mm.
My bad. I think if that's a real ending, like you're saying, with Hoist getting Ken with a groin shot, I mean, how does that even pass the athletic commission?
Well,
Ken
I mean,
didn't complain?
Well, yeah, he did. He went down from the nut shot, and then
bad,
he was looking at the ref, and the ref didn't do anything or stop it. And then, I guess it's not really like it's the ref's job to stop it, right?
And then Hoist pounced on him.
He pounced on him, threw a few shots, and then
bro.
that's how that legacy the legacy of that rivalry. That's how it ended, which is unfortunate because
holy.
Yeah. I think if you take them both in their prime, Ken's better, but he's also quite a bit larger though. So
Well, UFC 1, no weight class.
yeah.
If you're gonna fight to the death, like the Gracies claim, take on all comers. Ilya was small.
Yeah.
You know, but I believe in weight classes. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
That's their thing.
The first one I saw was I saw UFC 4 on tape. Someone had recorded like half the event, and like I didn't know if it was like some illegal undergrounding like Kumite blood sport thing, you know, and then I ended up getting the first three VHSs, and then I watched them. Like, even though I didn't see him
Oh,
live, but I watched it periodically through all the way.
nice.
Yeah. So it was new to me, you know.
Those days.
Mm. Any other guys that like stand out for you in the early days when you first started watching them?
So Ken, he also fought the kickboxing guy. That was a good match. And he did get him in an ankle lock. I liked him too.
Oh, Pat
Pat
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah. And he looked good in
He was
UFC
great.
6. In I think it was UFC 6 that he
He was
come back,
great,
and
yeah.
that
Yeah.
that had Tank Abbott's first one, and that I always used to tell the boys, like, in the early UFCs, UFC 6 was the best one because it's just like every fight was a banger.
Wow.
It had that polar bear Paul Varlins in there as well. Like,
Oh.
yeah, Carl Wersch and Paul Varlins fight was fucking brutal.
Oh, I'll tell
Um,
you who I like. Marco Huas.
oh yeah, definitely. He was cool.
What was he? King of the Streets?
Yes, yeah, King of the Streets.
I went, I've been doing Master Luki's League of Champions for years now.
Yeah.
And I went to New Jersey to test my scoring out, to test my live scoring by challenging at the time he was a brown belt, but maybe even a purple belt. I'm not sure. He's a black belt now. He's a decorated grappler.
Mm.
His name is Nick, Professor Nick. Also Sambo. So he does jiu-jitsu, Sambo, Muay Thai. He just got certified as a black belt in Luta Libre
Mm.
in New Jersey. So I want to go
Nice.
there and do a seminar. But Luta Libre was Marco Huas.
Yeah.
I liked watching also the International Vale Tudo Championship,
Mm.
IVC, where Chuck
I don't,
Liddell started, Jose Pele Landy, Jans, Vanderlei Silva.
oh wow. I
Hey,
don't
you can
think
look
I've ever
those up.
seen any of that.
It was in a
Yeah.
ring. There was like a little net at the
Yeah.
bottom. There was headbutts. That's where Paul Varlins was supposedly digging his fingers into the cut of Fabio Gurgel.
Yeah, I did hear about that actually,
If you
but I
if you
don't think I.
see his original movie, The Smashing Machine, his documentary,
Yeah.
he talks about it. He said talking about how doing anything to win. He was
Yeah.
so ginormous, just
Oh yeah.
like a Hulk.
Yeah. He was, for a small time there, he was definitely the best guy in the world. Like, he was the best heavyweight, which is gonna be the best fighter, you know? Like, he was really dominant, but it's unfortunate what happened. But yeah. Uh,
Well,
I mean, at least he's getting the love now, because hopefully, now he's getting a movie coming out about him. He will he'll get a bit of love. And even if he doesn't really make much money himself, like, as in through the movie and the movie itself, it'll hopefully just open up some opportunities for him.
I got you.
Yeah.
That'd
I
be a
mean,
nightmare opponent for me.
oh yeah. And he's
Just
like
gonna
two of
smash you.
you, the body weight of two of you, and he's on all the steroids, mate. It was massive.
Hulk.
Yeah. I seen him, like, and with that side control knees to the head, like something that they don't let in the UFC. Like, he used to smash people with that, and he'd get up on an angle as well, and then just rain the knees down from side control.
Oh yeah. In
Yeah,
Pride.
yeah, yeah,
Brutal.
definitely.
Um, the only thing I could say is if you do it in Master Luki's league, you can do that move. You just can't knock out your opponent. So
Mm,
keep it at a level where you need somebody and they're not knocked out.
mm. But no,
You
it's
can do
none.
it.
What about to the head though?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, that'd have to be the ribs or something. Eh?
Yeah, the ribs, the arms, the legs. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to. make contact with one particular part, you could just bang into him like a knee strike. You could hit with the whole broad of the leg
What happens
instead
if
of
you?
going in like pointed, where they would go for the diaphragm, straight in.
Yeah.
If somebody's on all fours or in the turtle position, like what GSP did to Matt Hughes, kind of thing. Not Matt Hughes, Matt Serra.
Oh yeah. Yep. In
He
their
got him in
second
the
fight.
turtle position, started kneeing him in the body.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mentioned it before in one of the other episodes, but the transformation GSP made between that first and second Matt Serra fight, like, I mean, you could see the work that he put in because his quads like doubled in size.
Yo, I didn't know that. Holy.
Or just look at him. If you look at him before and after that loss, like you just see the size of his legs fucking double,
Wow.
Yeah. I
In a
mean,
short period of time.
yeah, man. I know where you're leading with that one. Hey,
Why? Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying that everybody who's not a nut rider knows that GSP was enhanced. I'm not saying that.
You would never say that.
I'm not
But yeah,
saying it, bro.
no, no way. Not even a chance, huh?
Not even a chance that he's natural. I mean, look at who he fought and beat. They're
Yeah.
not natural. How did he beat him? He's the one.
Um,
He's got a special power. He's
yeah.
like fucking Goku,
Yeah.
been training since he was 3 years old. I think he actually was training from an early age.
Yeah, he's karate as a kid. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's the one. He's
Karate,
Keanu Reeves.
wrestling.
Yeah. But
Yep.
yeah,
I
nah.
believe. I believe in GSP that he's full natty. And I'm not being sarcastic. I actually might be able to I'll get a picture and post it on my wall of GSP, and he's hovering like he's an angel flying above a big pile of needles and vials, and he's looking like superior, like he didn't take any of them. He's just flying over it, like
He just smashed him without it.
GSP. GSP. No steroids. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I believe in a natty GSP.
Well,
For
what
all of us
about
regular guys who want to, do karate and fight against bullies.
Matt Serra? What did he feel about GSP? Did he ever feel like he was enhanced?
Um, Matt told me a story about GSP. I probably shouldn't, tell somebody else's story, but I think Phil Nurse also told it. His Muay Thai coach.
Yeah.
That GSP was very nervous before fights, so much so he had to get a sports psychologist.
Yeah, I did. I remember reading that.
Okay, so it's not Matt Serra's story. Hey, it makes sense when you're going up against freak athletes on steroids who train to kill you, and you're actually going to be locked in a cage with a trained, enhanced killer.
Mm.
I would be scared. I was scared.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean,
Last the
you've been there,
last
you've done it.
few days before a fight is so stressful because
Yeah.
it's just like it's getting close. It's so close, but you just can't get it over with.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you about my last fight when I felt like a gladiator going uh, into the Coliseum,
Yeah.
and the crowd wanted to see blood. That's the
Yeah.
feeling I got. I said, "Oh my God, I'm getting sacrificed." But
Yeah.
I think Matt and GSP became friendly because of the Henzo connection.
Okay. Just started like I didn't realize that GSP trained with Henzo.
definitely went to the city and trained with John Danaher.
Yeah.
And that's a Henzo black belt in Henzo Gracie gym. I wonder. I
How
don't
did
know
you?
the details of it, but I definitely know that GSP trained with them.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, right? So obviously the build up, that's the worst part. But then once you're in the cage, that all goes away, right?
It's
Like,
only 15 minutes, James. It goes by like that. You don't have
yeah,
time to think or be
yeah.
nervous.
Because I
But
mean,
just
like,
imagine this. Somebody who's a beast, right?
mm,
They literally give their life to this sport. And you watch them crumble in a fight,
mm,
right? And then people say, "Oh yeah, he tapped early." You know, like they question somebody's heart. Oh, he guesses.
mm.
For
Yeah,
somebody to act like that, to actually quit from leg kicks or a body shot,
mm,
or they're getting tired. Yeah, no idea what type of what level of pain or physical exertion that a professional athlete would have to get to basically tap out.
mm.
So GSP, he actually did tap out against Matt Serra, but if he didn't tap out and people were questioning his heart, which I'm
Nah, yeah.
not, I'm just questioning if he's natty. I'm just asking if you think he's natty. If people watching, type in the comments. Um, when he tapped out, Matt Serra was on top of him like this,
Mm,
continuous one,
yeah,
2, 3, 4. What, he's just gonna magically recover from that?
yeah. He was done.
That was it, bro. I'm surprised he was able to tap out.
Yeah, he had him mounted, and then once he clipped GSP, like GSP's legs were all over the place, and Matt just he didn't let GSP get a chance to recover. He just kept on him, and then dropped him again, and then had him in mount. Like it was only going to get worse for him. So he did the right thing. Come to fight another day, like it could happen. I mean, it can happen to anyone. If it can happen to GSP, it can happen to anyone.
Live to fight another day when your legs are twice the size. I didn't know that. That's a great stat, James.
Well, look, I'm not saying it is 100% double the size, but if you look at
It's
him
noticeable.
before, yeah, it's noticeable. Like his legs definitely grew.
That's
He
like when
obviously,
I fought James. What's the name? Fuck. It's the Tiger Showman black belt. Damn, can't remember his name. We fought twice. Second time, same thing. He came back extra juiced.
I mean, like if you, not just that though, but his whole style changed. Like he went from like a really dynamic striker that was finishing a lot of people to like a lot more cautious. Like he
Mm.
was like, I'm never letting that happen again. And then like,
Mm.
and I always loved GSP, so I'm not putting him down. Like, and it worked.
Oh yeah,
Like,
smart.
yeah, he
He's a
didn't
goat.
lose. He didn't lose again. Like I agree. As far as welterweights go, he's number one. I don't think Usman did enough to pass him. And Usman's great, and I'm not putting him down. He's awesome, but I think GSP still easily, as far as welterweight goes, the number one, and only behind Jones as far as UFC goats go.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
what do you reckon? You would have to agree. You reckon Jones then GSP?
Goat UFC goats.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm putting GSP up there.
Mm.
I'm putting top 5: Khabib, Mighty Mouse, Anderson, and Jones.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe. That's a pretty safe, politically correct fucking Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
GSP, Jones, Mighty Mouse, Khabib, and who's the other guy? Anderson.
I don't think Khabib did enough. I think that he's he sort of hit his stride as soon as he become champion, and then he was in and out. Like he didn't
Okay.
stick around long enough. Like all the other guys, like Anderson and that, he was on top for years. And Jones, like until recently, he was what, like on top for over a decade. GSP, all these guys are around for ages. Where um, Khabib, he was like a little bit of a flash in the pan as far as like once he became champion. I mean, like, and again, he's a great fighter, and like, if someone wants to say he's all-time number one lightweight, I'm not going to really argue. I'd probably put Islam above him at this point, to be honest.
Yo.
Yeah, I think Islam's done more.
Wow.
What do you reckon?
From what you just told me, I have to go back and look because that's I never even heard that before. If you say
Yeah.
it, you study, you got, I would say, more current knowledge about UFC fighters. I might have been training longer, but I think you actually follow UFC
Mm.
and know a lot more about fighters. And you're saying Islam has a better record, huh?
I mean, like, yeah, he has a loss on his record, but as far as resume, I don't think a loss automatically negates or what makes one person better than the other. But I would say, in my opinion, that Islam is above Khabib for me as far as the guys that he's beaten. And even just if I look at them together, like for me, I put Islam above him, just in
Okay.
my opinion. But I mean, hey, as I always say, when it comes to the top guys, anything could happen. I would never be surprised because if you have the same guys fight three times, all three fights tend to be different. They're never the same, so anything could happen.
Yeah. Could even get a nut shot and could fucking pounce on him.
Yeah.
How do you live with yourself, Hoist? Ken, I'm on
uh,
your side, bro.
yeah, it was unfortunate, but I mean, there were, I guess, in a way, they were also a lot older. So I don't know if anyone looks at that and thinks that is a conclusive ending to their fights. I think if you look at all three of their fights, their best one when they're both in their prime and most competitive was their second fight, and Ken dominated it. And that's not a shot at Hoist. Hoist is a legend, but
Yeah.
just that's the way I look at it.
I mean, look, he had the jiu-jitsu when nobody else had it.
Yeah.
His striking was abysmal.
Mm.
And once people realize that, you get somebody like Matt Hughes, you're not going to take him down,
Mm.
and he's going to
What?
outstrike you. That's, not a complete system. I don't care what anybody says. The only reason why the Gracies were able to uh, dominate
Mm.
is because nobody knew.
Yeah, I'm that
And I
earlier
think
UFCs.
that's known that they purposely chose people like that for UFC 1.
Mm. Well, it was to market the Gracie Jiu Jitsu, and it worked. Imagine if
That's right.
Ken won that. If Ken won that, would it be shoot fighting that everyone went for
Mm.
instead of BJJ? Like it could have
Mm.
changed a lot of things.
Oh, okay. But Ken's fight with Hoist, the first one was legit.
It was legit, yeah.
He just messed up the ankle lock, and Hoist got on top of him
Yeah. But
because
on
his shoes slipped off. He didn't have his shoes
it,
on.
well, I mean, in also on the flip side, in Hoist's defense, he's a lot smaller than Ken, and you know, as all due respect to Ken, he was more than likely on the gear. You know what I mean? Like he looked pretty fucking jacked in them early days, and
Well,
Hoist is
Hoist popped too.
really.
Didn't Hoist pop in one of his return fights?
I don't know. Was it like on EPO or something? I couldn't imagine it'd be steroids.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I didn't even know he popped for anything.
I also liked Chemo.
Yes. Oh
When he
man,
came out with the pros.
remember? Yeah, remember his and Hoyce's first fight. That was wild. Like he battered Hoyce, and Hoyce, even though he got the win, he couldn't come back out for the next fight.
Legit.
Yeah, he was old school legend.
A
Remember
lot
when?
riding on that UFC one. If Ken won, that would have been bad for the whole brand.
Yeah, you're gonna wonder if they would have even put a second one on. That could have been the end of it.
I hope he got a cut, Ken Shamrock. He's partly responsible for helping them. He had a fight with Hoist, which was, I guess, pretty light
It was
for
good.
Hoist.
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't have to exert himself for the rest of the tournament.
yeah. Remember when?
Good on you, Ken.
Remember when Hoist come back though to fight Matt Hughes? Because you were just speaking of Matt Hughes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like that.
Matt Hughes beat the hell out of him.
Oh yeah, easily. But just the when it was announced though, like even though I thought, hey, like the game's changed and Matt's gonna have his way with him, but Hoist had that enigma about him. You know what I mean? And it was just like, holy shit, Hoist is gonna come back and fight him. Like that's wild. Do you remember when they announced that?
I don't. You're saying you knew he was going to get his cheeks cut?
I kind of thought so, but it was one of them things where you're like, even though you think something, you're not 100% sure. And
Because
because
from what
Hoist
I
had
remember, he only did striking to clinch. He never was like trying to actually hurt anybody.
no, he
He,
threw
he
that.
couldn't. He couldn't like kick somebody and punch them and then like move. It was always like kick and try to grab you, or
Yeah,
like get punched and try to clinch.
yeah.
I mean, when there's no offense, then somebody like Matt Hughes is going to tee off on you.
Hmm.
Too easy.
Yeah, Hoist just had that strategy of that front kick, and he'd be up really high as well to
Mm-hmm.
get in underneath.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once the whole game had changed by the time he come to fight um, Hughes. Man, I can't believe like just how quick time goes, man. Like because it didn't seem that long ago. I remember that fight happening, and now like how long that would be like 20 years ago or something now, right?
Holy. I was watching Kron the other day on Instagram doing some shadow boxing. And I
Mm,
see how, look, Kron's amazing fighter.
mm.
Definitely clap my cheeks. But I could still offer him some valuable training insight. Watching him shadow box,
Yeah.
he's doing the same thing that everybody else does, which I'm trying to tell you guys. Bruce Lee was against that.
Mm,
Bruce Lee was against just following along the way people are doing things. And it
mm,
takes a very special person to be able to think, not only think outside the box, but to take action in a direction where other people are not going and they're going to be looking at you. So
mm,
Kron and everybody else shadowboxing in the gym is being watched. And it's in the back of their mind that they want to perform. They want to actually have a good performance in
mm,
their fight. And then people think that. They go, oh, if I have a good performance, the crowd's going to like me. I'm going to get paid more somehow. Maybe get a
mm,
bonus. Okay? But here's the thing, Kron Gracie. If you train shadowboxing and you're doing it like everybody else, which is as a warm up or a
mm,
cool down and not fight training, the way you train is the way you fight, Kron. And every time you do shadow boxing as a warm up and a cool down, you're putting muscle memory in a place that you don't want. You
yeah.
don't want to do warm up and cool down type punching in a fight. What kind of punches do you want to do in a fight? Light?
Mm.
Not full power?
Yeah, I
Do
see
you
what you're
fight like
saying.
you train or not? Am I wrong?
No, I agree with you. But I
Everything you
think,
do is programming you.
yeah.
for your goal.
Yeah.
So this is like a sports-specific training that somebody who is a coach, and Kron Gracie, because he's a jiu-jitsu guy, he has a boxing coach. He has a striking coach. They told him, and they taught him how to shadow box. Kron Gracie, you're doing something that somebody taught you, and it's equivalent to wearing one boxing glove in an MMA match. If you want to learn how to do proper shadow
Shots
boxing
fired.
for fighting, guys,
Yeah.
connect with Master Lukey. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see what you're saying. That the way you train is the way you fight, and it seems to just be a thing that everyone kind of does. It's just kind of like to warm up and warm down, like you said, going through the motions. But so when you shadow spar, you are going 100%, and you're slipping and you're throwing hard, fast combinations and cutting angles and stuff like that.
I have a whole system about it, James, because Master Lukey's League of Champions is an MMA sparring league. It's also a mixed martial arts ranking system, training and ranking. So the same scoring system that we use to spar, which is done at the 5th rank, which is equivalent to a first-degree black belt in MMA. All the other ranks use this scoring system, which is from 1 to 100. So when you fight and you do a punch, James, what are you going to do? What number from 1 to 100?
What do you mean by that? Like, how much effort I put into it, or what do you mean?
You're in a sparring match. You're going to get a heart monitor for your action.
Yeah.
So if you're just standing there, you're in your fighting stance, you getting what, like 10, 20 points per second, right? Up to you as the scorekeeper, because I was trying to show you how the website, you can have everybody who's watching be an official scorekeeper.
Yeah.
You don't have to rely on crooked judges.
Yeah.
So you as the viewer, you're watching your fighter spar, and you're giving them a score, 1 to 100. Okay. Now you're the fighter, James, and you want to do a punch, right? And your meter from 1 to 100 is going to go up because it's action. That's what you're getting scored on. Where are you going to hit?
Well, if it's only the body,
What,
I would
1 to
like.
100? What number are you going to hit? It's going to go up.
It depends on what type of shot you land.
What are you going for? That's what I'm telling you.
100.
Let me ask you.
Always.
100. So you
Always.
said 100, right?
Yeah.
Cha-ching!
Mm.
So what are you going to practice? You going to practice 80?
Yeah. Yeah,
No?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You're going to practice, you fight like you train. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. It's not fight like you train. Or is it?
So if you're training 100%, the whole training sessions, you'd have shorter training sessions then, right? Because you couldn't train 100% the whole time for like an hour and a half training session.
So if you have a match and Kron Gracie, maybe you got a match. I saw he was wearing the gi pants. So maybe he just did some jiu-jitsu, taught a class, rolled, or I think it was gi pants. He had MMA gloves on though, so maybe he was hitting pads. I don't know. Might have been tired already, and he was treating it as a cool down. That's what people do. All right, yeah, you done. Hit the pads. All right, shadow box, cool down. Right? That's what they say. If you have a match, Kron, and anybody, if you have a match and it's going to be 3 5-minute rounds, if you're preparing for the worst case scenario, like for me, what would I do? I would do 3 5-minute rounds if I was still in the UFC, and I would start every round being mounted.
Mm.
to get my grappling good.
Mm.
Fran's doing shadow boxing, 3 5-minute rounds, full power and speed shadow boxing.
When you do a round, do you have people cycle in and out, or you have like a fresh person each round, or like how did you guys used to do that?
So for shadow boxing, don't need anybody. For what I'm talking about,
No, for sparring. For
for
sparring, I
sparring.
mean, say you've got a fight coming up, right? And like obviously everyone in the gym gets behind the guys that are about to fight. How would you do? Would you do like a round robin where it's a fresh one each round, or how would you go about that?
So when Matt was training for GSP, we used to meet. That's a 5-minute match. Sorry, a
Mm.
5-round match. So we used to go meet at his gym, and he'd have to be teaching class because he owns the gym
Mm.
before he had a bunch of black belts that could teach for him. Now he doesn't teach all his classes, but back then we meet up on like I think it was Wednesday and Sunday we'd spar.
Mm.
So we'd get there, we'd have to go after his class. So that's like what jujitsu guys they start training at 6. Some of them are there late. Like plus it's you got to fight, you got to train on Vegas time because you're going to be fighting on Vegas time. So sometimes we're sparring 9, 10 at night,
Mm.
and got to warm up. Now Matt's doing a 5-round match.
Mm.
He might have even had 5 different guys because
Mm.
I remember they were bringing in one of Phil Nurse's guys. Now Phil Nurse taught GSP the super punch that everybody loves to do,
Oh, the Superman punch, yeah.
and he was his Muay Thai coach, and even his corner man. I believe he was the one accused of greasing.
Mm. Okay.
Phil Nurse, crew Phil Nurse, English bloke who was teaching Muay Thai. First, he taught for Ray, and then he
Mm.
moved to the city and opened his own place. But Ray, I believe, is the one who brought him over. Anyway, one of Phil's best guys came down, Joe Sampieri. So he was really good at the Phil Nurse style
Mm.
of Muay Thai, which wasn't traditional. It was a bit more boxing and tricky. Because Phil Nurse, he was English, like I said, um, Indian looking, like from India,
Mm.
but with an English accent, very lanky, like I think he was a 130 pounder. So super skinny, but strong and technical, agile. He had some crazy moves. Um, Joe Sampieri, and different guys gave him different looks. Like me and Joe were more striking, but because I was kind of a regular sparring partner throughout his whole career, they gave Joe a little more time with Matt because they thought he would give him a different look that maybe he would see with
Yeah.
GSP.
Yeah. It makes
Because
sense.
GSP and me, even though we're both like can do striking, it's different styles.
Yeah.
Um,
And then when you spar with the same people over and over again, learn your little tactics and um yeah, I don't want to say stalemate each other, but yeah, it's not the same as when you get different looks. You're like, it makes it harder to spar for certain types of people when you're sparring. Like, did you adapt your style for people? Like, if he had a fight coming up with someone with a certain striking style, did you try to emulate that style to the best of your ability?
yeah, Bruce Lee said, "A punch is a punch."
Yeah,
Okay, so there are styles, but there's also some things that everybody does.
yeah.
Basics. So I still claim to this day that that punch that Matt Serra won the championship with
Mm,
was practiced on me.
mm,
I am a big part of Matt Serra's success because you can't go from hitting the pads to knocking somebody out in a world championship.
no, definitely not.
You have to practice in a live situation This is what jiu-jitsu taught us in the early UFCs, because they were one of the only martial arts that had full blast, full power in whatever sport it was. Karate, kung fu, boxing has it, but obviously they're fish out of water on the ground. In
Mm,
jiu-jitsu, you can go to a regular class and have full-blown sparring
mm,
to be uh, the experiment, the forge,
mm,
to hone your craft and to actually work on somebody that's not letting you do it. Like all these karate guys, they were doing their moves, and the person comes up and does one punch and stands there and gets like 10 moves on them. Like the two-man sets from karate. It
mm,
looks good, but how do you know it's actually going to work unless you do it on somebody who's not letting you? So you can do that in boxing, fish out of water on the ground. You can do that in wrestling. No wrestlers in UFC 1. You can do it in jiu-jitsu. They showed that, jiu-jitsu is a legitimate threat. It's not
mm.
a complete art. We learned that, but as far as being able to, the point I'm trying to bring up is Matt being able to do that move on GSP. He had to
Mm.
practice it on me, practice on a couple other guys, but I was a major one because GSP's a striker. And his first couple of fights, he had Shawnee Carter, Eves Edwards, Dean Thomas, all strikers against him because he was a
Yeah,
grappling expert.
yeah.
So I got to try to use my jab, try to find the cross, just basics. And so Matt gets that look over and over again of somebody trying to jab him.
Mm,
And uh, then, he got good at the counter boxing. So instead of just doing like what a lot of people teach, which is throw that right hand and step forward into a clinch,
mm.
which people get countered at now because it's so common. He came down, he went body punch, body head punch. I believe it's
Yeah,
a right to the body, left to the head, or maybe a right, left to the body, right to the head.
yeah. No, now
That
you
takes a
mentioned.
lot of work to be able to find the body in a
Mm,
real fight.
mm.
That's a lot of sparring rounds to be able to pull that off. That's not a
Yeah.
beginner move at all.
No, that's a good
Matt
point.
Serra became somewhat of a striker, and then, like a lot of grapplers, he fell in love with it, tried to knock everybody out after that. And
Mm,
if he was maybe a little younger, he could have made a pivot. So he went pure grappler to grappler with striking. And then maybe when they start to shut down the striking, he could start to go back and forth where you're mixing up the grappling and the striking.
yeah,
So using the grappling to set up the striking, using the striking to set up the grappling, you don't know what's coming at you. Chris
yeah.
Weidman, awesome grappler, knocking people out with standing elbows,
Mm,
like Mark Munoz,
yeah.
because he was going back and forth, like he could do everything. So Mark Munoz didn't know what to do.
Mm,
Takes a lot to be able to do that. And I'm lucky that I was on my way out when Chris Weidman was on his way in, because Ray did ask me, and I think I told you about the special ground and pound training that Drago and I did.
mm.
It was a plastic mask, and Ray wanted me to bring it in to use it with Chris Weidman.
Oh shit.
I
Fall
would have
for
been
granted.
I would have been seriously injured from that, because Chris Weidman, he's so big and strong. Whether or not
Mm,
he would have wanted to hurt me, he just would have automatically, just from the nature of the sport, elbows to the head. It's how I lucked out. We did spar once. It was one round, and he absolutely destroyed my leg with kicks.
mm.
I was limping
True.
out of there. But he did credit me with teaching him that uh, destruction of Anderson Silva's leg.
Oh, true.
He said, I don't know if you saw that interview.
No.
He said it was the worst pain he ever went through in training was sparring with me,
Yeah.
because he tried to kick me in the leg, and I blocked it with my shin and knee.
Mm.
right on his leg. He kicked me, bang, blocked it with my knee. Fucking hurts. They call it a check in Muay Thai. He got pissed, so he wound up and kicked me even harder, and I checked it again, and he said that was the worst pain he ever went through in training. Mate.
Well, I mean, like the check is the shin to shin, right? But that's like a different type of check, like on the angle there on the knee to, and also
it goes thick to thin, closer it gets to the foot.
Yeah, and that's also people landing the kick on the wrong part of the shin as well, right? Makes it more susceptible to get that break. Which is, I don't want to use the word ironic, but that it happened to him. You know, like I couldn't believe it.
Flabbergasting.
Yeah, and he was on a good tear there for a moment, like making another run, and then that happened, and it just ended it. Like there was just no coming back from that.
Now he's a commentator. Good on you, mate.
Yeah,
I'm a Weidman fan. Always have been. I'm glad we didn't spar though. We grappled once. He tapped me out 19 times in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And we sparred once, and my leg was absolutely destroyed.
I remember seeing him like when he first come into the UFC, and I was reading a magazine article. I can't even remember what magazine it was, and it was talking about like Ray Longo and that, saying he's the one. He's the one. Yeah. He's going to be a champion. Watch out. In a couple of years, he's the one. He's going to be the one to take out Anderson. And sure enough, he did. I was actually in the Philippines.
No.
I think I was in the Philippines when that first Anderson fight happened. And I was watching it. And then, that was like a holy shit moment, you know, when he dropped Anderson, because Anderson was like clowning him. And then like, yeah. Moment, you know.
Sorry, I just went to the live stream. Cool. Looks good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is our first one. I didn't put out a notification, or I haven't connected it to any social media. Like, this is like our test pilot. But
so,
I'm gonna.
What I could do, let me flip the camera on here.
Yeah, man.
Okay. We got 55 to 55. Holy cow. You seeing this?
It's a little
or
bit.
Is it backwards? It's backwards. Why is it backwards? No. All right. I'll just do it real quick then. So,
yeah.
Basically, it still says only one vote. Oh, there it is. Okay. Still only one vote. All right. Let's forget to check. There's for the lads. Yeah, I was gonna I don't know, tie it in. You got any questions from the fans, or what should we go on to next?
No, I don't have any for today. But like I said, man, this is just like a test run. I just want to make sure that it's all working okay. And like for the next ones, I'm gonna link it into other social media, and like what do you do? What do you call it when you you put it out before it comes, like a timeline for it? I'm blanking on the name of it, but yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we'll bring in some other guests, and we'll just have some fun with it, brother. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I was thinking because I rearranged my. I'll show you. Rearranged my office here.
Yeah, man.
So basically, there's the stairs. You come up into my building here.
Mm,
Okay, and I got my office.
nice.
Oh,
Nice.
everything's backwards on my screen.
It's good on mine.
It's good. Okay, good.
It's all good. Yeah.
Okay. So, you come into the office, right?
Mm,
And I got a green screen there. So when the camera is looking at me, it's got the green screen behind me.
yeah. Do you ever use it for any green
So
screen work? Or?
what I could do, I think, is instead of using my phone for StreamYard next time, I could go on my computer, and then I might be able to do that.
Yeah, sounds good, brother.
So I'll
But
hook
yeah,
everything up through StreamYard or whatever. Right?
yeah, yeah, man. Like I always, I always appreciate you taking the time, Luke. And you got a wealth of knowledge, and you're a legend to me, brother. Like, you've been in there, you've done it. You're a good bloke as well. You're a good man. At least you've been good to me, and that's all I can judge you on. Like that you've been a
Okay.
good person to me, brother, and the fact
Okay.
that you
Okay.
take the time for me means a lot, man. But
Well, I have let's see, I have some things that I know about, and we're both into them. So
yeah, man.
if you don't mind, I'll just talk about them, and that's basically what part of your podcast is about. So I'm
Yeah,
more than happy to share.
yeah, man.
There's
Yeah, like
a fight that was on last night, and I'm just gonna pull it up real quick
yeah, yeah,
and
go for it.
just because we've been talking about the shadow boxing.
Mm,
So this fight, I just want to make sure that I get the right one. It was in Octagon, which was, I'll put this up here. And I don't know if Octagon would take down or put, what do you call it? Copyright.
we'll see how we go, brother. We're on a live stream, so it's all good.
Okay.
I don't think it should matter too much.
Okay. So let's see. Was it PFL Africa? Let's see. I'll know as soon as I see it. Nope. Uh, this is UFC. This is UFC. Octagon. Nope. PFL Africa. Nope. I don't think it's this one either. It was pretty far down, but
Yeah,
it can't be that far because I got to the bottom. Nope. Might be this one. Hamburger.
is this the
Is it?
main event?
Good question. Nope. Sicily. This might be a girl. No. No. I remember going past. It was a female fight. That's not it. That's not it either. Okay, I think this is the one.
Hmm.
No, actually, it's not. Yeah, it is actually. This is the one.
That's the one.
Yeah. We're gonna look at the guy's footwork. The guy in white. Okay. Bring it in
Hmm.
close. Okay.
Oh shit. Woo.
No, that can't be it. Actually, this guy's footwork ain't bad. He did get clocked though.
Hmm. Yeah, big time. Looked like he leant into it as well.
Nope. I feel like we just saw this one. Engzik versus Stanton. Oh yeah, no, that's not it. Type of stuff I should have already on.
That's the thing with this one as well, brother. It's just our first one. It's just like a trial run, you know, because I've never live streamed on YouTube before. And
Nice. Is it Monday?
it's Monday to here, yeah. Master
Let's
Loki Monday.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
And like we'll in the future we'll get some other people on as well. And well, Jan, I think the next week we'll have that big UFC event as well, so we can do like the day after, like a post fight yarn
Nice.
about it. And yeah, I've got a few places we can link the stream, so it won't just be on YouTube. And just like these things take time, but
Hmm.
we'll build a bit of traffic and well, at least try to. And if not, man, like I always appreciate you taking the time and having a good yarn, you know. But yeah.
Basically, I have a very simple way to teach footwork, and we can find, as long as we can use the footage,
Mm,
we can find matches next weekend, whenever,
yeah,
and
sounds good.
and show exactly where the mistake was made.
Mm,
Most of the time, it's footwork
mm,
because there's no mixed martial arts ranking system. Like if you do karate,
mm,
there's one punch that they all teach. It's in every style of karate.
mm,
When you do a form, if you do Shotokan karate, I don't know the forms,
mm.
but
It looks apart though. I know the one. I know the martial art.
right? It's a way that they teach.
Mm.
So where's the MMA form? Is it a martial art? Do all
It's just,
martial arts have forms? Do all sports have technique? You see? So there's no reason why we can't have a universal system to describe the moves that we watch in MMA. Okay, what do
yeah.
you call this? What do you call this? We got basketball, right? You go with your hand. You look like you're crossing over, but then you take it back the other way,
Mm,
right? There's a move. There's a name for that in basketball. They go, yo, he did
mm,
whatever, crossover, fade
yeah.
away, right? Fade away, switch up. I don't know. I'm just kind of making up names now, but there's names for all these things.
Mm.
What's the name of the footwork? Is that a technique? These are the things I can
I
teach
still,
you, Kron.
yeah.
It's logical.
100%. Yeah,
Don't get butthurt about it, and don't be scared, homie.
yeah. Do a no head contact competition. You and Kron.
I could spar with him 100%. I'd be a great sparring partner, and I'm sure I would get a lot out of it too.
Mm.
He is in California, but no matter where you are, guys, you're watching, you want to learn MMA, I'll help you for sure.
Sounds good, brother.
We trade videos. You show me what you're working with, I'll tell you how to practice to get better.
Yeah, man. But yeah, next week we'll see how we go. It should be me, you, and my brother, and then we'll talk about the UFC from the weekend because we're gonna have the Duplessis Harms Up fight. Pretty sure is next week, so we can all have a yarn about it and we can dive into some technical stuff or whatnot. What do you reckon?
Very good. I'll just show you one more thing. Sounds like we're wrapping up. I
Yeah,
always
man.
try to, you inspire me, bro, because you're a go getter. And like when I was training with George Soteropoulos, he came
Mm,
to train with Matt Serra and live with one of the other fighters. And he was there for a couple of my camps.
mm,
And one session in particular, he was always a hard sparring partner. And one particular session, we were in Vegas. He was there for Drago, and we were doing a running and sprinting practice. And I did all I could to keep up with George Soteropoulos. And the next day, this was like 3 days out from my fight that we trained, 2 days out from my fight. My lungs are sore from breathing so hard and so much, just trying to
mm.
keep up with George Soteropoulos, sprinting up a hill. I did it, but man, it pushed me to the next level. And that's the way I feel working with you, James. You have a
Thanks,
great
brother.
attention, to being professional. You're a
Oh,
great guy as well. And I
thank
think
you.
we got a good start for sure. And I
Yeah,
think
man.
every show is just improving. So let's
Yeah.
see how we go.
Thanks, brother. I really appreciate all the praise, and I do the best I can. And yeah, like we'll just keep doing what we're doing, brother, and we'll see where we go, man. Like I keep bringing on other guests, and we'll build up the live stream, and either way, we'll have fun with it, man. And one day in the future, I'm gonna have to either go over there and meet you in person, or bring you over here. But
Yeah,
we'll do it in person one day. What do you reckon?
we'll talk about that. I definitely want to do something in person. I was thinking if I can get these events going, commentate or
Yeah, we'll figure
uh,
something out.
guest guest commentate or. I was actually working with a guy. He does these videos on YouTube where he watches not on screen. You're watching him, but he's watching the fights, and you all watch together.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? I think Eddie Bravo does it too. He like
Oh yeah,
fight companion or something.
yeah, yep.
So you watch. So I was like, oh, you want to watch the live feed, even if you're not there in person. You could be a commentator. Somehow figure this shit out. Be a
Hmm,
commentator for the live feed, but you're not
hmm,
even there. You're just watching it, just like the fans.
hmm.
But when we start, if you could do commentating or whatever, you figure something out. But
Yeah, for
as
sure.
far as being in person, my my dream is to take the league on tour.
Hmm,
I have some lofty ambitions, I guess, of playing a championship plane to
hmm,
carry the best fighters around the world to go to different places and have sparring Olympics.
hmm,
Imagine every month you could have a world championship at a different location with
hmm,
all your favorite fighters, the most stacked card from
hmm,
sun up to sundown, all the divisions, and nobody gets injured. Hopefully, it's a sport,
hmm.
but um, you know, I believe that if you're sparring for a fight and you make it to the fight, you're sparring every week for weeks.
You don't think anyone will get hurt going to the body? Because the body shots you can take someone out with good body shots.
So you have to spar in a way that you're not finishing your opponent. So those are the two rules: no head contact, no finishing.
But you could get a finish by accident. What happens then?
That's the thing. Education is key, right? As far as guns go, some people teach kids to shoot guns at a young age. They say education is key. So we teach about respect. We teach about honor. We teach about safety. We teach about leading by example. We teach about sportsmanship. We teach all these things that martial arts could give us as a lifestyle, not just a fucking wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Dana White gets paid, and see you later, Gary Goodrich. 20 years later, can't remember 10 years ago. I believe that just the shift from fighting to sparring, it puts it into a realm of a sport, more of a sport than a fight. Could accidents happen in sports? Yep, certainly. Even wrestling, where there's no head contact, they still have concussions. Did you know that wrestling is known as a concussion sport?
Definitely, man. I'm not surprised by it at all. I mean, I've done a little bit of wrestling, and I could
obviously they don't want people getting concussions. They got to talk about it, figure it out. This is not backwards to you?
No, all good. It's a little bit hard to read. I can read
This
the top
is not backwards to you, James?
No, it's not backwards.
Hold on, you're muted. Can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
What the hell? Hold on a second. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it looks fine. It looks fine on here, man. It's not back to front or anything.
Okay, good. So you have 3 cards so far. For my book, I'm going to do 2 pages. Each page has 16 cards, 16 exercises. The book's going to have 32 exercises. For my first book, it's the Bull Pegasus, because the whole book is called MMA Black Belt. And there's 10 mythical beasts. White belt is the Bull Pegasus. The next belt is the Land Shark. Whoop. Okay, so this is how it's going to print. Like this, you open the book and it's like this. Goes from 1 to 100, right? Can you see the bull?
I can see the numbers and that, but it's a little bit hard to see from here, but yeah.
All right. Let's see. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So this is the first book. The second book is the Land Shark. And so if you figure, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So that's 8. That's almost 150 cards for the Bull Pegasus. So the second book, I'm gonna have to come up with 100 more exercises to make it worth somebody paying $100 for a book. You know?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it looks cool, man. I'm keen to check it out. I'm gonna have to get
So
a
far, we
copy,
got
brother.
jump rope, a special type of push up, and something called a sprawl press.
Mm,
Sprawl press is an exercise. I'll show you. It's an MMA sports specific exercise. You can do it with or without weights.
mm,
In the video, I'm going to show you. I'm training with a female, a WMMA uh, practitioner, fighter, coach, whatever you want to call her, and she's it was her first time training with me, and she's really trained a lot, but it was her first time with me, second time with me, but first time doing like MMA. The first time we did some of the shorts. There you go. First time we did more of a kicking workout. This time we did a bit more grappling.
oh, nice.
Here we're doing a snap down. She's one of the coaches at UFC gym. What you're not going to see here is the manager coming up to me afterwards and basically kicking me out for teaching.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that
wild.
smile. She was having fun. Yeah, because instead of people training with me, like I had a guy I was hitting the bag with and stuff.
Mm,
They 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 think that I'm taking money from them because I don't work there,
mm.
right? And so the guy is basically getting free training, even though we're working out together. I'm not training him; we're just working out together. They see
So,
it as a loss for them. And then he also said, if anybody gets hurt training with you, it's a liability. Even though the way I train, James, is safer than anything
mm.
anybody does in a gym.
But is it a part of their memberships that what you're not allowed to train with other people? Like, how the hell would they even be able to enforce that?
Exactly. Um, they have a policy where even students
Yeah.
aren't allowed to go in and have open mat. You have to
Mm.
pay for a trainer to watch you because apparently they're open till 24 hours on like 3 or 4 days a week.
So you
And
can't even go in it with a buddy and roll on the mats. That's what the mats are designed for.
no open mat, no open rolling, unless you're in class or paying a trainer to sit with you and watch you.
They'd have to put you off of going there, eh? Even if they got all that cool shit. Like, that's
I
fucked.
mean, they're not going to basically let me train unless I work there. It seems
Yeah,
like.
it does. That's exactly what it sounds like.
So last week, all week, I went to the place where I was at before,
Mm,
um, which is a couple blocks away. Great teaching there,
mm,
awesome training, um, and it's going to be great. You know, everything happens for a reason. My as far as training with my parents, which was the major reason why I was going to UFC gym,
mm.
because of their fitness level, they don't need all that stuff. We totally could do a home workout.
Yeah. So you reckon you might go to that other gym instead, then, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a key and work doing all my training there, all my video training. I want to make breakdown videos, instructional videos.
Yeah.
Uh, the third mythical beast is combinations, and that includes grappling combinations. You know, like chain wrestling, submission chains, sweeps into submissions, and vice versa. Not just
Mm,
striking combinations. So all of my moves are going to be legit. Actually, the second mythical beast, the land shark, is self defense. So that is going to introduce people to jujitsu. There's certain moves that you need to know in the street how to stand up correctly.
mm,
Number one. Number two, how to protect yourself when somebody's on top of you.
mm.
That's self defense. You know. So
Yeah.
these moves, I call them ACE approved because the instructor call him Ace. That's his name in the military, where he's a combatives instructor. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, a champion grappler, a veteran in MMA, and a military instructor for combatives. He literally teaches the military how to do hand-to-hand fighting.
Mm.
And that's why a lot of my training partners are actually from the military or were from the military, because they train with him. He teaches them the basics that the military wants. It's not like, full jiu-jitsu or MMA. It's just the basics. And then he says, hey, you want to learn more, come to my gym. So been training with super soldiers.
Nice.
So these moves, they got to work on a super soldier. They got to work on a black belt in MMA, a wrestling NCAA champion. These are the moves that I'm going to sift out through all the BS that you will learn in a jiu-jitsu gym, including all the kimono moves, all the collar grabs, all the lapel moves, all the De La Riva bullcrap. And I'm only going to put in the book moves that work for MMA with ground and pound and street fighting with headbutts. Now, don't do MMA in the street because there could be weapons. There could be multiple attackers. Do Krav Maga, carry a gun if you're going to be street fighting. But just in case, I'm not training for street fighting. What I'm saying is I'm an athlete, but just in case, I want to do the moves where I could do them in a street fight, which is like collar tie and inside head position, Randy Couture style dirty boxing. How can you wrestle off of that? What jiu-jitsu moves come off of that? That's going to go in the second and third book. And Ace is he's like my guy from James Bond, who makes all the weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Ace Combat.
Yeah, I know who you mean, yeah.
Ace, I call his system Ace Combat.
Yeah. Oh,
Jiu-jitsu
nice.
moves that you could use in MMA and self-defense.
Yeah.
And then just practice them over and over again and use the point system or the scoring system or the way that you can keep track. It's going to go in the book, how you can keep track of your practice. Don't be the guy that trains 10,000 different moves one time each, right?
Well,
look in your book and see what you did. It's right there.
You let me know as soon as this book's ready, man, because I'm going to buy a copy, okay?
Check this out.
So what, they even had a problem with stuff like this?
We're kicking our leg back to imitate a sprawl.
Oh, yeah.
When somebody goes to attack you, they grab your leg, snap them down, and sprawl.
Nice.
Okay, practice the move. Okay. Kick your leg back, see? Look at that smile. She loves it.
Yeah, good stuff.
This is great for women. I invented a training system, a training class, like a branded class. You go to the UFC gym, you take, take boxing class, you take MMA class. They got something called the Daily Ultimate Training, DUT. You go there, the coach is like setting up all these dumbbells, you got all these different exercises. It's basically circuit training in a class format. Mine, I call it D-Fit. D-Fit is where you go back and forth between self-defense techniques and full body strength training.
All right, brother.
It's kind of like cardio kickboxing, except with self-defense and strength training instead of cardio.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'm definitely
it's
keen
all
to
in the
look it up.
books, and I'm working on it. That's the reason why I'm talking about the books, James, because you inspire me. I know when I see you, I got to be one step closer.
Yeah, I'm keen, man.
That.
That's good, brother. All good, man. I'm definitely keen to have a look, and like I always say, you got to make it happen. I want to see it. I want to see it finished, and I want to buy a copy, and I want to get.
Yeah.
I want the first one.
We'll go on tour.
Sounds good, brother.
We meet up everywhere. Meet up here, there, California, China,
Yeah,
Thailand.
But I gotta call it an episode because I gotta get this Wi-Fi over to the shops and do a bit of shopping, and then I gotta get some sleep. But I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate you giving me the time, Luke.
Happy Monday to all the lads,
Yeah.
especially
Happy
you, James.
Master Lukey
See you next
Mondays.
time.
Live. Yeah. Live. But
Let's
yeah,
go.
man. Yeah. We'll
Cheers.
keep
Cheers to
doing it
that.
up. All right.
Stay
Thanks,
alive.
Luke. This is the first one, so I don't even know how to end it. But all right, there we are, man. All right,
Over.
thanks, Luke. Much appreciated, brother.
Same.
Take
Talk to you
care.
later. All right,
Will
James.
do.
Cheers,
See you,
lads.
See you, lads. There we are.